don't know if I could say I could predict it, but I do see circumstances which make it seem more likely. I would refer again to levels of how turbulent our lives are, and in those different levels of severe and then extreme. We developed in our work, and by that I mean in the New Deal work, a kind of vision for leadership. And it's got some qualities to it. And we do try to compare and contrast a New Deal vision for leadership versus a more transactional kind of traditional leader. And we know that all leaders are going to have to do some of that stuff, but where do you spend the preponderance of your time? Let me give you a couple examples. We believe that a New Deal leader ought to be guided by a sense of inner responsibility. We contrast that with a sense of mere accountability. That doesn't mean we don't believe, so we talk about accountability as almost like an accountant's ledger. My wife is an accountant, so not to criticize her or her profession, it's wonderful, but we feel it's inappropriate for educators. We believe that people do something very strong when they come from an inner sense of responsibility. Where people can feel a breakdown is that crunching sense that the pressure is on top, right? You will perform or else. They're all the things that make us sort of shrink inside. You watch people's body language, the nervousness, the butterflies and all of that stuff. I better do it or else. A commanding. And you know what the ironic thing is? And I was once talking to a group of people from a business roundtable in one of our smaller states. So these are like the top business people. And they're all talking about accountability. And I spent time in business as well, so I felt very comfortable with them. You know, the first question you have to meet is, have you ever met a payroll? And if you can say that, you're all of a sudden all right. You're a real human being. So I said, yeah, I've met a payroll. Now can we have a conversation? And I said, you know, it's really funny. If I told you that what we want from your businesses is we're going to tell you what you're going to make, we're going to tell you how much you're going to sell it for, and we're going to tell you what your profit is, and they all recoiled and they said, my God, what are you, a communist? I said, certainly I'm not. I said, but what I've described is a command and control economy, right? Oh yeah, is it a good idea? Absolutely not. How do you know? Soviet Union collapsed. Proof it doesn't work. I said, well, it's very interesting that you folks who are free marketeers, it's all great for you, and what you're advocating is a command and control system in education, and yet you wouldn't dare have it for yourselves. See? And so one of the things that when we educate people is to not be just strident and angry, but just be analytical and clear. You believe in something, where's your evidence? Your propaganda may say this, but where's the evidence of what you're saying? And so part of when people don't have that on their side, I think what happens is they tend to be much more vulnerable to be feeling isolated. And when you're feeling isolated, you say, gee, I must be the only one feeling like that. That's actually a lie. You're not the only person feeling like that. But a great bullying tactic is to get you to feel like that. So one of our program's goals is to get you to understand that there's a larger community, that you're not crazy, and that we can proceed in a way that will make you feel strong.